Basel III. Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, that is BCBS, it released a comprehensive reform package during December 2010. This comprehensive reform package is called Basel III, a global regulatory framework for more resilient banks and banking systems, or Basel III. The recommendations of this group, they cover all the nations. These recommendations amend Basel II guidelines and also introduce some new concepts and requirements. Let us now see what these requirements are. First of all, what are the objectives? So first objective is to improve banking system's ability to absorb shocks arising from financial and economic stress. And second one is to reduce the risk of spillover from the financial sector to the real economy. In order to meet these objectives, BCBS, they have come out with certain recommendations. Let us see what is the background of Basel III. As we observe, in the year 2008, there was a financial crisis which originated in US because of subprime mortgages, and this crisis spilled over in other markets also. It created financial crisis throughout the world. In order to meet the losses arising out of such crisis, the Basel III has given its recommendations. Now let us see broadly what are the recommendations. So first of all, the regulatory capital. The regulatory capital consists of number 1, Tier 1 capital. This is called going concern capital. It comprises two things. One, the common equity Tier 1, and other one, additional Tier 1 capital. Second one is Tier 2 capital. This is known as gone concern capital. In addition to Tier 1 and Tier 2, there is CCB also, that is capital conservation buffer. Now let us further see how this is going to be created in India or maintained in India. Here in this table, we see the capital as percentage to risk weighted assets. What is going to happen in India vis-a-vis what are the recommendations of Basel Committee on Banking Supervision? So first of all, it is minimum common equity Tier 1 ratio. So this ratio will be for risk weighted assets representing credit risk, market risk, and operational risk. In India, this is going to be 5.5% as against 4.5% recommended by BCBS. Secondly, there is going to be capital conservation buffer also. This will comprise common equity. So this will be 2.5. Sum total of these two, that is minimum common equity tier 1 plus capital conservation buffer, these two are going to be 8% of risk weighted assets as against 7% recommended by BCBS. There is additional tier 1 capital also, which is going to be 1.5% of risk weighted assets. In this way, the overall minimum tier 1 capital ratio, which comprises this 5.5% and this 1.5%, it is going to be 7% as against 6% recommended by BCBS. In addition, there is going to be tier 2 capital also, which is 2% of risk weighted assets. Taken together, the minimum capital ratio, it is going to be 9% in India as against 8% as recommended by Basel II. And when we take the total, it is going to be 11.5% in India compared with 10.5% recommended by BCBS. Now next question is whether this is going to be at this level immediately or it will take some time. So Reserve Bank in India, they have phased in this increase in the capital requirements. So this phase in will start from 1st of January 2013 and it will be completed by 31st March 17. Now how this capital is going to be increased? So first of all, minimum common equity tier 1 capital, that is CET1, it will be 4.5% as on 1st of January 2013. It will increase to 5%, then to 5.5%, and it will stay at that level. As regard capital conservation buffer, it will be built over a period of 4 years in equal installments starting from 31st March 14. So every year there is going to be increase of 0.625%. So here it starts 0.625%, then goes to this, then to this, and it will be completed to 2.5% by 2017. The minimum CET1 plus CCB, it is going to be 4.5% as on 31st March 13. Gradually it increase and it will go to 8% by March 17. So minimum tier 1 capital, that is total of 4.5 and 1.5, it will be 6% as on 1st January 2013. It will gradually increase and will come to 7% by 2015. As regards minimum total capital, it will be 9% throughout. So starting with 9%, it will stay at 9%. But when CCB is added to it, from 9% over the years, it will move to 11.5%. In addition to all these requirements, there is going to be phase in also of the deductions. Certain deductions are to be made out of tier 1 capital, and this deduction, it will start from 1st January 2013 itself at 40%. Gradually it will be increased and by 2016 it will be completed. Hence in this manner RBI plans to complete this in phase-in program.